สวัสดีครับ Welcome to Design Asian. I'm Simon.
And I'm Rosalind.
We still have a lot of information talking about design and architecture bringing to you.
Yes, indeed. And we're still in Spain as well.
Yes,
in Barcelona.
yes, lovely place.
Picking up from last week, this week we're going to take you on to Asian updates to a very special place in Barcelona. Again, the MACBA Contemporary Art Museum.
Yes, it's talking about museum. And the second part is design idea. I'm taking you to the local fabric of Thailand, Pakamian or Pakoma, which can serve your style or lifestyle.
Indeed. But first, Asian updates.
Asian update for tonight. We're still in Spain, Barcelona, Kun Rose.
Yes, indeed. And like we said, we're going to take you to a very famous museum called the MACBA Museum. Right in the heart of Barcelona. It's located in the Raval district, which is one of the most popular tourist attractions in that area. It could be also called one of the most popular museums.
Yes, you know, in civilized city, they always have the museum because the museum is show how to the ancient or the old time people live in that time, right? We can learn from them.
Museums are just places to go when people go to visit. Anyone who wants to learn, in a nutshell, the history of any place goes to visit the museums, whether it's art history, architectural history, design history, you name it.
But thing is different because in this museum has been designed by the designer who designed light design. Because you know it saves energy. A lot of people it's not hot because of design, such as the sun can shine through like a transparency. You know,
right?
It's a very good idea.
It looks very contemporary indeed. Hence the name Contemporary Art Museum of Barcelona. And with that said, though, you could see lots of white, like you said, in order to play with the light and conserve energy and whatnot. But the architecture, well, apart from the architecture, the museum itself focuses on abstract art.
Yes.
So hence you have the white color in order to interpret on your own as a visitor the various meanings and depth of each art piece here.
Because of this place, it's very attractive for the people in Barcelona that spend their time in this museum. Normally, people spend their time in shopping mall.
Right.
But people in Barcelona, they spend their time in museum. They learn because of technology such as multimedia can bring them to see a long story about Spain or something like that.
Right, indeed. The funny thing about this architecture you mentioned, about its structure and everything is, well, we talked about last week the Torre Akbar, which is very, very Spanish-looking Catalan influence, but this one looks very Western, like American.
Yeah.
Perhaps the reason is because it's designed by an American architect, Richard Meyer.
Yeah, they try to utilize the space or the area can use in each multi-purpose, like a library or some multimedia. You can see the room that represent a different color and different feeling. People can sit and watch the story about Spain or any story in Europe.
Right, indeed. Talking about different departments, like you mentioned, they even have different courses you can take, art courses, various courses, you name it, and various fun programs to take over at the MACBA as well.
Yes. Actually, I would love to see the museum like this in Thailand as well, or in ASEAN, you know, because in the next 3 years, we will be combined together. Right, 10 nations, one vision.
Wouldn't that be an interesting idea to have an ASEAN museum?
Sure, that's why people can come from Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, or Cambodia because we will have a high-speed trains, bullet trains.
Right, we have lots of intercultural similarities and lots of language similarities, historical ties that can all be represented through a museum, especially with the help of logistics.
Yeah. So what about next, Rod? Technology.
Of course. Talking about logistics.
The kings of IT, we call. We have two parts, Apple, Microsoft, Apple and Microsoft.
So today, let's talk about Microsoft.
Yes.
Microsoft is looking into the future as they always
yes.
do. And Microsoft this time is coming out to unveil a new piece of technology.
Yeah. According to my experience, I've been working in IT for 20 years. I quite familiar with Microsoft. Friend of mine work in Microsoft.
Right.
Microsoft have very long vision. 2019, right? They also have 2050 as well.
Wow.
So the vision is talking about how to communicate, how to connect people in each area of the world. Now we have the barrier of language, right?
Right.
Some some people cannot speak English. They will design IT to help them, such as when you draw some your local language, the technology will translate.
Wow.
For example, now if you lack of English language,
Yes.
you can use Google Translate, right?
Right.
In web browser.
That's true.
But not everyone can access to the web browser every time. So
Right.
that's why they will design some equipment or some hardware to serve this part.
Right, and that hardware will all be incorporated into what you just mentioned, 2019. It's a Microsoft Office lab, and they're going to make communication, work, and translating different files more easy for people in business, for locals, well, you name it.
Yes,
So,
I believe that when the infrastructure of high-speed internet, you know, the most fastest internet provider in the world is which country?
that's a good question. Which country?
Korea.
Korea.
5 megabit.
Wow.
Oh no, more than 5 megabit,
I am
maybe 9
not surprised.
megabit. But in Thailand itself, we can provide only 5 megabit.
Oh, wow.
Just very slow. But in the near future, maybe 50 megabit per second. This means very fast.
Right.
You can access to the computer. You sit in here, you can access to your house with your computer mainframe over there or just a notebook over there.
Wow.
Because of Microsoft have very strong vision to provide technology on your hand.
Right. So hopefully Microsoft will become kind of a babysitter for now for
Yeah,
developing
sure.
countries
Yeah.
in order for them to catch up. Countries like Thailand, for example, and help catalyze that process. Right now, Thailand itself is in the middle of this transformation, transforming to the 3G, hopefully soon to the 4G process.
You know what happened? People can be coupled by the Facebook. If
How's
you're
that?
looking for the boyfriend, you sit in here, you're looking for boyfriend from Mexico. You know, you can chat, you can Skype, you can lie, you can what's up? You see.
Well, who
We
says
cut off the
distance is a problem?
Yeah.
Distance is no longer a problem.
No anymore.
No
People
such thing as long distance
People
anymore.
can marry by the Facebook.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
It's talking about Microsoft vision and technology, the near future. The technology will knock your door.
Wow. Well, looking
Interesting.
forward to that. Very
Interesting.
interesting indeed.
Yes.
Meanwhile, while we wait for that, hopefully we'll have lots of protection as well from unwanted visitors. Too many advertisements could be also a headache.
Yeah. They call put technology. A lot of advertisement come to a smartphone.
Right.
Actually, you don't like it, but they're pushed into your screen. Something like that.
So we'll be ready for both the good
Both
and the
side.
bad. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Every story is both sides, a dark side and light.
There are always two sides to the coin.
Yeah, bright side. Okay. This is about Asian update.
And from Asian updates now over to Design Idea, where Simon will tell you all about the details of how traditional Thai fabrics can be taken a step further.
Yes.